IATA annual general meeting arrived in Dubai this month.
The UAE is at the forefront to shift forward to a low-carbon economic model, with aviation as a key component, diversifying away from oil and tackling climate change is among our top priorities of our leadership. And we're making tremendous efforts to accelerate transition to a low-carbon economy. The non-oil sector represents more than 74% of our GDP in 2023. Moreover, the UAE was one of the first countries to adopt sustainability agenda and consider the environmental impact of the aviation sector. We aim to decarbonize the aviation sector and position the UAE as a regional hub for low-carbon aviation fuel. This is why we have launched the National Sustainable Aviation Fuel Roadmap, setting an ambitious goal to produce up to 700 million litres of SAF annually by 2030. This government commitment is supported by parallel efforts from the private sector, where our national companies invest heavily in research and development, enhance infrastructure, and develop international partnerships to support the production and use of sustainable fuel.
This year, airlines will collect nearly 5 billion people over 22,000 routes on 39 million flights. Aviation has recovered from the pandemic and is growing profitably to meet the needs of people to fly and to move goods. For 2024, we expect record revenues of almost $1 trillion. However, expenses will also be at a record high of $936 billion. Net profit will be $30.5 billion. Now, that's not a record, unfortunately, and represents a net margin of just over 3%. The real cost of air travel has fallen by 34% over the last decade. This year, airlines in aggregate will earn a 5.7% return on invested capital, and that's well below the average 9% cost of capital. Policies cannot be based on assumptions that might be right, because they could just as well be wrong. That's why Europe's intention to force airlines to report their non-CO2 impacts is putting the cart before the horse. There is scientific consensus that we need further data on humidity to quantify the impact of contrails. And getting that data must be the priority.